by two. I'll take that five fish.
Wait.
I'll take broth 3 and 2, please, right now.
Wait.
2 more muse.
Wait.
1 or 2 tasting.
Wait.
I need 3 risotto here.
Wait.
It's 7:30 p.m. on a Friday night in New York City, and you're at the Modern. The Modern's held 2 Michelin stars since 2016. Right now, we've got about 75 guests in our dining room, 45 guests in our private space, about 120 in our bar room, and all of it's happening in real time. Let's go, Pharaoh. Lamb, please. My name is Thomas Allan. I'm the executive chef. I've been at the Modern for 12 years now. You can play it right here, these 4. Let's go. Get involved. We can't all run at the same time, right? Look, behind me right here is 3 risotto and one turbo.
Wait.
Let's go. That's it.
Speaker, please.
Behind me is 3 risotto. We ran out of space. It's already up. White. When we're super busy, I got a little soundtrack playing in my head. It'll be this busy, but we'll start to slow down in a second. We just got to get through the ebbs and flows. You know, it's gonna feel really condensed like it does right now. But if once we can push out, let's say the first 3 courses of all these big tickets, we'll be in the clear and we can start to breathe again. All right, pick up here, please. Pedro. 5. Let's go.
Wait. Two though.
So I just finished 5 caviar. We just finished 5 caviar. And now Pedro's going to help us get it out onto a tray, into the hands of the servers. Take your time. For me, I always view it like I have it's like a mental cue, right? Where like as soon as one thing is finished, one thing is added on to the back. And the queue the list never ends. Even when we leave the building, the next day's queue starts right back up, and we have to keep going and doing more things like different events and cooking for different people. Basil, please, basil.
Wait.
Pick up 1 more lobster.
Wait.
So KT has walked.
Wait.
Now I need 6.
Wait.
4 by 2 by 1.
Wait.
Behind that, on the board all day, there's 2 more.
Wait.
We use words like on deck or backside. All that means is like a shortened vernacular to give the cooks like a mental cue of the things they have to do. So I'll say we're picked up on 4 lobster, which means right now. Your backside is 3 more, which means there's 3 more behind that. Or on the end, which is typically on the last part of the queue, there's 2 more. So all day long, we're shouting things like 4 by 2 by 3 or up next or on deck. If you look over here to the left, it's the barroom side of the kitchen. So when you walk into our restaurant, the first thing you see is the barroom, which is the neighborhood restaurant. It's where I would go 9 times out of 10. So that entire team on that side is working on the barroom, which is its own menu, its own staff. And then as you come towards this side of the kitchen, we're cooking for the dining room, we're cooking for the kitchen table, and anybody else that wants to walk in and have something to eat. Over here is the garde manger. Garde manger is the cold side of the kitchen, so we consider anybody that works garde manger to not have to cook during service. They may have cooked prior to the service beginning, but all their mise en place is done and either room temperature or cold. Over here on the right side is where the first couple bites come from. These are venison tartare tartlets. This is the galette with celery, and this is served over ice. And over here, Isaac's helping plate the lobster salad, which is a little composition with shiso, radish, and mandarin orange. And that gets an anglaise on the plate before it walks out to the guests. There's no shelves. There's nothing that's really like restricts your vision, which is great. So because you can stand anywhere in this kitchen and see where most help is required, and typically it means where the most people are. So right now, a couple of chefs from the barroom side are over here helping Chef Nick and Chef Michelle. 2 more muse.
Wait.
That's 4 duck and 2 risotto.
Wait.
So nobody in this kitchen, except for the sous chefs on the pass, both for the barroom and the modern dining room, have tickets. A lot of kitchens, even at this level, they have their own printers, but we really believe the less they have to deal with outside of the cooking, the better it is that they can focus on the food. All the notes we make on the ticket shows the timing of when the food is fired. And what that means is that there's a team out in the dining room that are in control of their section and their tables, and they let us know when they want us to start preparing each course. So all the numbers you see on the right indicate the time on the minute of when that course was fired. And so if this is 27, right now it's 34, we are minutes away from getting this rice, which is actually right behind us. So 7 minutes is a window that we want to stay in. We don't really want to go above 10. And there's a really small window where the food is acceptable to send to the guests, which is right about now. Pick up 2 turbo.
Wait.
Behind that, let's get ready on 3 turbo and 1 rav.
Wait.
We're finishing 2 lobster.
Wait.
Behind 2 lobster, we're gonna go right into 6 more.
Wait.
Michelle, pull the plates, please. Pull the plate. That way you know we have to do it, right? It's your way of saying, I have 6 lobster to do after these 2. If we don't pull the plate immediately, we're gonna forget, okay? So there's rarely a moment where a chef will say, hey chef, remind me what I'm supposed to do again? Ideally, everybody's listening and everybody's paying attention and retaining the information. So a way that we can kind of like negate falling behind or negate forgetting what we have to do is we pull a plate and put it on our pass. And that shows us that, hey, you know, if this plate's out and it's spread and it's wiped, probably in the next 4 minutes, I'm putting food on it. And that's that way we don't forget that, you know, we have to plate 2 by 6 lobster. So these are extra. Brian?
We're on 71 and 62.
Order into tasting.
Wait.
So right now we're picking up one of the mid courses in our PDR. It's a private dining room, roasted lobster, maitake mushrooms, and an emulsion made with pimenton, which is kind of like a smoked paprika aioli. The organization here is assembly line style. One person does one job. All the food is cooked in advance before the course is fired. Everything is hot, everything is seasoned, everything is delicious, and we're gonna do our best to get it on every single plate as fast as possible. Same orientation. Tonight, we're plating for 40 guests, a tasting menu of 8 courses, 9 courses. Difference here is that everybody's eating at the same time, so there's no way we can pick up 40 of anything off this side of the kitchen because there's just not enough space or not enough people to put that much food and serve it at one time. So we have our own team dedicated just for the PDR, our own sous chefs, our own chefs de partie, our own maitre d's, our own food runners, our own managers over there. The event space can be up to 64 people at one time seated. Once we start, we can't delay for the next table or the third table or the fourth table. It has to start. And once we start, it doesn't stop. We just go until it's done, and hopefully by 2.5 minutes, it's all out of the kitchen. This is Chef Brendan Durst. He's in charge of what we call the PDR. This guy runs this mini kitchen back here, which does as much revenue as a small restaurant in the West Village. Push, 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 push. Isaac, go ahead, okay? Rice ready?
Wait.
Chef, 2 by 2. When we say push, it means go a little faster than you were before. Rice, please, ready?
Wait.
Well, there's a saying in this kitchen, if you find yourself falling behind, just go faster. So this is our signature dish. This is called eggs on eggs on eggs. And anybody who gets the long version of the tasting menu is going to start with this after a couple of small bites. At the bottom of the bowl is a fried egg sauce, and it's broken with a dill oil. With a second egg, it's a poached egg yolk. We actually poach pulled eggs in a saline solution, just so they're warmed through, not so they're like, you know, thicker or custardy. We want the yolk to spill into the sauce. But it's really tricky because we don't want there to be too much yolk. So we have to actually work with farmers to get really small eggs, which drives you crazy because the farmers are like, why don't you want big eggs? And we're like, because we want the littlest ones you have. Chef, toast we go, right? We finished this dish with pickled shallots and more fresh dill for acidity and freshness. And then we're gonna drop a huge spoonful of caviar right on top. 7 amuse. You notice this plate looks a little bit different. It's because this dish is a vegetarian or has an allergy or has an aversion. And this allows us to notate that position 1 on this table should not be getting any fish. Again, it's just another layer of security that we have to keep people safe and to give them what we want. All right, let's go. Toast, 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 toast. 2 more amuse.
73 P4, she goes, I'm so sorry I didn't tell you, but I actually don't eat red meat.
She doesn't eat red meat. On 74?
73 P4.
73 P4. Imad, pick up 1 pork tasting. So a guest just let us know as her food was being dropped that she doesn't eat red meat, and we had prepared her lamb, which sometimes happens. So we're gonna make a pork as fast as we possibly can now. Tasting 1 slice. Because I don't have anything ready for the guests, I'm gonna rely on my team in the bar room because they have a completely different menu, and then we have a beautiful Iberian pork chop. So we're gonna give her pork instead of lamb because she doesn't eat red meat. So hopefully she likes the pork. Because otherwise we have to wait 20 minutes to cook her a new piece of meat. One slice, brown butter brush, one slice. Super tight, super tight. Allegra, we can't tell the guests, oh, because you didn't tell us that you don't eat red meat earlier, now that your experience is gonna be sacrificed. We wanna make their experience as seamless as possible. So we're lucky we can utilize our other spaces to give us a little head start and give us like a way out of this, because her other guests are actually eating the food already. So we have to kind of prepare for all those scenarios all the time. I think the mindset needs to be that everything that we do is gonna, is out of our control in reality. All we can do is kind of be prepared and react to situations as they come in. All right, can I slice, please? Can I slice? Tonight's fish course is turbo. These come from Spain and Portugal. We cure the fish, let it dry for a full day, and then we roast it with pretty aggressive heat. Cooks for about an hour. Then we rest it in an emulsified butter that we call Bermonte, just so it doesn't dry out, and allows us to almost slice the fish like sashimi. And then you see a really beautiful, almost rainbow effect to the fish. Chef Grace, here's the next two, okay? Then to finish it, it's a little bit of oil.
Thank you, Chef.
Thank you. So this is the turbo garnish. So this is a little ragu of turnips, garbanzo beans, which are fresh green chickpeas. The whole thing's been glazed in olive oil and a little bit of pepper oil, which is the green. And then our fish goes right on top, just like that.
On deck, one risotto.
Pick up 3 turbo and 1 ravioli.
Wait.
Pick up 2 caviar.
Wait.
We gotta go this 4 lobster next, right? Chef Nick, I need 2 more now, right? For anybody that has to give direction in the kitchen, the only way we know you've heard the message is by responding. So we've unified the response. Instead of saying, yes, chef, or got you, chef, or just nothing, we all say we, as in we, chef, for any direction that's been given to the greater group of people. We all respond because it's respectful, but just to show that we actually hear the direction and we're gonna get the job done. Chef Grace, 3 turbo fired, 6, 10 on the board, followed by another 15. All right? Watch the length on the rest. It can't over rest. Okay? So the communication goes beyond just saying order into tasting. I'm constantly giving the chefs a sneak peek into what's coming down the road so they can be prepared. Again, not because I'm gonna start cooking turbo for a guest who just got here, but if she doesn't know it's on the board, or if she's not refreshed on her quantities, then when I actually want it, it could not exist, which is gonna be a pretty big deal. Order in for tasting. Rush table, KT. I just called the kitchen tables order in. We just say KT for short. Kitchen table is the table in the corner of our kitchen. When we redesigned the kitchen in 2016, we discovered that we had this obscure little space, and so we decided to put a table in there. We like to nail the timing on the kitchen table because it's the only table we can see. So when they start to finish up their course, we can start to get ready on the next one. So I love that. So we're slicing some beef for this course. When you slice the meat, you don't put pressure on the protein, whether it's beef or duck or anything, right? Yeah. Because when you press down on the meat and then release, it flexes. So your perfect straight slice all of a sudden bows out, which is why you see that concave right there. So you want to have minimal contact with the protein. I'm not touching it, I'm just kind of containing it so it can't go anywhere, right? I'm just holding it in place so it can't go anywhere. Now, both of our slices are even, right? Cool. That's the trim.
Thank you. Yeah.
Put it on the tray. I brush. Give it 5 seconds right there. Get the board wiped down, then pass it up to it. Nice cook. This is Wagyu strip cooked on Japanese charcoal. We make this with a sauce that we make with red cabbage juice. Instead of like a reduced chicken stock or a reduced meat sauce, we use vegetable juice. Potatoes and radicchio tardivo. It's been compressed in a pickle liquid for a little acidity. Meat's super rich, super highly marbled, really like just belly warming and delicious. Ordering for tasting. Listen up, we're all in. So that's the last order of the night. 70 guests tonight in the restaurant, which is about 75% capacity. On the barroom side, we finished at about 170, and we all know about the PDR. So overall, this is a generally full night in the modern kitchen. As you can see, there's people everywhere. We are tapering off of our busy service. We're gonna get the whole kitchen broken down, polished and looking shiny, and we're gonna come back tomorrow morning and restart the whole thing.